he's fucking exhausted. He is so beyond fucking tired at this point and mentally and physically drained from consistently being told he is not good enough. He is beyond a point now where he doesn't even care anymore because he doesn't even feel anything anymore. He went numb to deal with being a consistent disappointment to you because you've put him on a pedestal that you don't even live up to yourself, but you expect him to. He is trying to communicate with a person that doesn't even take accountability. So with all due respect, at what point do you realize that you are running a man into the ground, take accountability and responsibility for your own marriage instead of consistently blaming him for everything?
A guy checking out mentally is the final stage of a terrible deal. The numbness is just a survival tactic to deal with the constant nagging and lack of respect. There's zero point in arguing with someone who refuses to look in the mirror and take the blame for the mess. Walking away is the only logical move left when the goalposts keep moving every single day.
Women do not realize how much they sabotage their relationships. When they first meet a man in his authentic state, he is planning dates, opening up car doors, buying you flowers, surprising you, and sending you good morning texts. But you take all of that for granted. And then 6 months later, you start to question why he's not doing that anymore. Excuse me, ma'am, he's not doing that anymore because you took him for granted and now you're ordering him around like he's Alexa. At first you considered him a boyfriend, but now he's just a bill payer. Now he's a therapist, he's a man reader, driver, and a handyman. And the crazy part is men will still show up. They're still gonna pay all the bills, be the provider, and take care of business. Unfortunately for men, women expect that while they are slowing down romance and slowing down the appreciation. Understand that a man is going to do all of those things when he feels wanted. And men are so smart to stop doing all of that cute stuff when it turns into an expectation. Women have to get out of their heads that it's not about submission, it's about energy for a man. And what we have to realize as women, if every nice thing becomes a requirement, then it stops feeling special. And men never ask for a gold star, but they do want to feel like whatever they do still matters. And it's so sad how long that we have been existing in relationships that we still don't know what to do.
Men are taken for granted. The transition from being the boyfriend to an unpaid contractor can happen overnight. To be honest, men don't mind providing value, but the effort stops the second it becomes a strict requirement with zero gratitude. You can't treat a human being like a piece of smart home technology and expect romance in return. The juice simply isn't worth the squeeze anymore once the dynamic becomes purely transactional.
There's a reason our grandparents stayed married for so long. There's a reason our grandparents' generation all stayed married for so long. And it's because the women couldn't work a wage. So the men kept them financially trapped. And now that women can make their own money and build their own pathway, the only thing that men have to offer or provide to another woman is how well they treat her. And they're falling very fucking short. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why there is a male loneliness epidemic.
She's framing successful past marriages like a financial hostage situation because she wants to justify that the modern dating has become a complete disaster. What these women fail to understand, maybe they do understand it but choose not to, is that the people back then actually understood teamwork and loyalty instead of relying on immediate bailout culture. Accountability has become modern women's greatest enemy, leaving guys to deal with nothing but massive headaches and demands. I think it's simple to understand that men are tired of dealing with this level of entitlement and that it's even about to get worse.
The thing, girls love to complain that guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, whether that's on Raya, whether that's on Cuffed, whether that's in Trader Joe's, you name it. Guys aren't approaching girls like they used to, like once upon a time. Get this. Guy will have the balls to approach a girl in public, and the girls are so mean to them for no reason, just because they don't think he's cute. I'm not saying you have to give your number out to any guy that approaches you. If you're wanting men to be more comfortable approaching women in public, you have to be nicer to them. Give them the time of day. You know, like boost the morale, boost their confidence, so shoot them down and you're a bitch to him that he'll actually go approach another lady out in public. A systemic issue for men not having the confidence to approach women in public anymore. And though I get it, if I was a man, I would not want to approach a girl in public and her be a bitch to me, because man, that shit sucks. I think we all need to be a little bit nicer sometimes, but yeah.
Men will keep saying it until more women understand. Approaching a stranger in public carries a massive risk of ending up on a viral humiliation video. Guys have done the math and realized the threat of getting blasted on social media far outweighs the chance of a normal conversation. And that's just one side of the problem. We've also already talked about being called creepy and abusive, so the playbook has been updated. Keeping your head down and going about your day is the smartest defense mechanism available right now. The social contract got ripped up years ago by the exact people wondering where the men went.
What happened to yearning? What happened to men that pursue? What happened to men being confident enough to make the first move? I feel like our generation is just so whacked out. Like we're just all messed up. And I think with the phones, we're just so antisocial and just everything is just out of sorts and it's not how it used to be. And I think it's a real shame that like the art of dating and like yearning and pursuing is just dead. Like I watch shows like Bridgerton, I'm like, oh my God, we will never have that again. It's just gonna get worse. And it's actually so sad. Especially dating apps have just ruined it all.
It's 2026, and some women are still looking for men that yearn. Pursuing someone requires mutual interest, not just one person sitting back, waiting to be endlessly entertained. Yearning is reserved for a genuine connection, and you won't find that when the other side brings nothing but a bad attitude to the table, which is honestly what most women do. Don't get me wrong, most men would love the old rules of dating, but in 2026...
Oh, hell no!
No, but what do you mean it's not men's responsibility to call out other men on their shitty behavior? If you're a guy and one of your friends says or does something misogynistic, it is absolutely your place to be calling them out. Because not calling other men out on their misogyny is what perpetuates it. Just saying.
Policing the speech of other grown adults is a complete waste of time and energy. Guys aren't gonna ruin their own friend groups just to act as an unpaid security guard for someone else's feelings. We simply mind our own business and keep moving.
Men often give themselves up so much for the people that they love that they're left with the belief, who's got my back? And who cares about me?
The realization that nobody is coming to save you changes a man's entire worldview forever. Setting yourself on fire to keep everyone else warm eventually leaves you with absolutely nothing. Once that lack of reciprocity sinks in, walking away becomes incredibly easy.
I just think it's so funny how, like, when I come across a guy who's used to girls who are used to guys always paying for shit, like they don't never gotta lift a finger or pay for nothing, like put up a red set, and then when they get around me and I'm offering to pay for dates, I'm offering to go on, like, I'm offering to take them on a date, or I'm offering to pay for shit in general for them or for us, they just be having this look on their face like they stuck. And I just be like, bro, are you good? Like, did you see an alien? Did you see a ghost? What happened? And it just be like, oh, girls don't usually be paying for shit, but girls don't never be going in their wallet for me. Whoop, whoop. I'm sorry, Bookie. But welcome to Death Row.
I don't have to show it because I know guys can imagine the comment section of this one. Just a bunch of women starting fights they can't win. Anyway, seeing a wallet open from across the table literally short circuits a guy's brain these days. The expectation to fund every single interaction is so deeply ingrained that basic generosity actually feels like a hidden trap. The dating market trained men to be walking piggy banks straight from day one. Breaking that cycle is so incredibly rare that it causes genuine confusion on a date.
Fuck them, feed them, leave them alone. Another friendly reminder, if you have 3 hours to get your nails done, 2 hours to get your hair done, 2 hours to go shopping at Target, or whatever the fuck it is you guys do, because I don't even know, but you can't find time to fuck your husband, it's called quickies. If you're actually busy, it is called quickies. It is called, you're doing laundry, your husband gets home, shut the fuck up, bend the fuck over. You're in the kitchen cooking, but the kids are outside. Shut the fuck up, bend the fuck over. You're in your closet putting motherfucking laundry away. Shut the fuck up, bend the fuck over. It's morning time. He's in the shower and you're up and you have 5 minutes to spare. Shut the fuck up, bend the fuck over. I'm so sick of hearing the fucking narrative. He's grumpy, he's mean. Break that motherfucker off a piece and maybe he won't be. I'd be fucking pissed too if I wasn't getting screwed 3 to 4 times a week. Y'all are fucking broken.
This level of honesty hits the nail right on the head. The absolute hypocrisy of finding 5 free hours for Target and nail salons while treating physical intimacy like a burden destroys marriages constantly. Funding an entire lifestyle only to get treated like an annoying celibate roommate's a complete scam. This rant perfectly validates the exact frustration that eventually leads straight to the divorce lawyer. You simply can't ignore the core foundation of a relationship and expect the other person to stick around with a smile on their face.
I believe that women should care about men's feelings, and I get called a pick-me for that. And you know what? Call me a pick-me all you want. I'm advocating for something that I think is really important. Somewhere along the way, we forgot that men are half of our population, and their feelings matter too. Somewhere between them fighting wars and building buildings for us to now, women started getting cocky. And now it's like no matter what a man does, a woman has to devalue it somehow. And they'll come on the internet and they'll call it decentering men. What do you mean decenter men? For what? They're doing half of what we're doing. They're doing the other half of the work that we don't want to do. I don't want to go touch power lines. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do math all day. And the second you say anything about, hey, we should really talk about men's mental health here, you're a pick-me. You're a pick-me, actually, and you only care about men. And you hate women, too. I don't hate women. I just think it's important to talk about men's issues too. We talk about women's issues all day long. I think we can have an hour where we talk about men's.
Thanks, sweetheart. Acknowledging the highly dangerous labor men do every single day somehow became a deeply offensive concept for some women. Society treats men like disposable utility workers and throws around insults the second anyone tries to bring it up. Guys see clearly how little their lives and mental health actually matter to the general public. Stepping back from the protector role is the only logical response to that level of blatant disrespect.
Men, especially right now, are needing a lot more appreciation and support from women and from men. Because since the rise of the feminist movement, we have seen a lot of empowering women or independent, powerful women kind of pushing down and suppressing masculinity. And we are seeing this on a larger scale. This is hurting all of us. And if we choose to support men in the rise of healthy masculinity, we are going to see everything start to work in our favor as women and as men. So we need to stop with just empowering women and bashing on men and hating on men for being men, and start empowering everyone so that we can all thrive together.
The exact consequences of anti-male propaganda are finally hitting the mainstream. The culture spent years ruthlessly punishing traditional masculinity, and now people act completely shocked by the obvious fallout. A movement built entirely on tearing down one half of the population wasn't ever going to create a functional society. Reversing the damage is basically impossible now that blatant disrespect is permanently baked into the system.
This one is for the men. Hey, handsome. I know that we put a lot of pressure on you to hold it all together. And I know you might be tired right now doing just that. Not just for yourself, but for those that are counting on you, the ones that look up to you, and the ones that demand this time and effort that you're putting in right now. You may be tired. I know. I want you to remember that you are powerful. You might not have those around you showing you how much they appreciate you. You might not even hear, I appreciate you. You may never get, thank you. I want you to know that what you're doing right now is all going to work out. You are going to be okay. And if no one's told you, I appreciate you. You're doing amazing. You're enough, and you are loved.
Carrying the weight of the world in complete silence is just the standard male experience today. A genuine word of appreciation is so incredibly rare that most guys will go their entire lives without ever hearing it. Society demands constant performance and sacrifice without ever offering a safety net or basic gratitude in return. This lack of respect is exactly why men are fiercely guarding their freedom and avoiding modern entanglements entirely.